So here we are. In just a few short weeks, your kids are going to be jumping on the bus going back to school, and they are not the only ones.
Yeah, teachers, of course, are prepping themselves in their classrooms for another year. And there's actually a local organization who's making sure that everyone is set up for success going into this new school year. Barrett Leone is live in Little Canada at the Teacher Resource Center, where teachers can shop for supplies ahead of the school year. Barrett?
Hey, good morning, Susan, Elizabeth, AJ. Yeah, it's a really simple concept. So teachers can come into this Teacher Resource Center in Little Canada. They can grab a shopping cart, peruse the aisles, tons of school supplies to look at. When they come to the checkout, though, they won't have to pull out their wallet because everything here is free. It's beautiful. So here to tell us more about it is Rochelle Oxborough with Kids in Need Foundation. Good morning.
Good morning. We're so excited.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Can you first tell us a little bit about Kids in Need Foundation and what your mission is?
Yeah, so we are a national nonprofit that's located right here in Little Canada, and we provide free school supplies to under-resourced teachers and students across the country, and of course right here in the state of Minnesota. We do it through a few different ways. We have our Supply a Student program, which is backpacks full of those essential school supplies that we distribute directly or we hand out through a bunch of different events, especially right now. It's the height of back to school season, so we are doing a ton of events all over. We also have our Supply a Teacher program, which we have boxes of school supplies that will support a teacher for a whole semester going directly to them in their schools. And then we have what we're standing in right now, which is our Teacher Resource Center. We have about 33 of them across the country, as well as our flagship one right here.
And there, I mean, if you look around, there is so much to choose from. I mean, we've got notebooks, pencils, pens, all of the goodies. Is there some sort of catch here? I mean, teachers can just come in here and shop. Tell me, paint a picture of what this looks like.
Yeah, I mean, so in the schools that we support, about 2 out of 3 students show up on that first day of school without school supplies. And so you can imagine as a teacher, that can be pretty daunting. And so we want to be here as a support for them. Teachers are spending quite a lot out of pocket, and we are here to alleviate that burden and that stress and say, you know what, we got you. If you can come make an appointment, you can come here, you can shop once a quarter, and our goal is to support you through the whole school year with the supplies you need for your students.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rochelle. And you can make an appointment, teachers, to shop here at the Teacher Resource Center in Little Canada. You can do that appointment online. Come on in and shop. Get ready for the school year.
Yeah, you know, when you hear 2 out of 3 students aren't ready with the right supplies, you understand why a resource like this is so needed right here in our community. Great to see that resource right here. Barrett Leone, live in Little Canada. We'll check in with you a little bit later. Thank you.
Also a big day for the Kids in Need Foundation as they are celebrating some major milestones. Leaders will be celebrating 30 years and a new national headquarters in Little Canada. That's happening this morning at 9:30. This shopping experience is for teachers, but I'm sure students are going to benefit as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This storefront, teachers can come in, shop around, get school supplies for their classroom. A lot of the time that is for students who show up on the first day without the supplies they need. So here to talk about it with us this morning, Rochelle Oxborough with the Kids in Need Foundation. Thanks for joining us this morning. Let's talk a little bit about that financial burden that teachers face a lot of times.
Yeah, well, we know in the schools that we serve, which we serve schools that 50% or more of the students would be eligible for free or reduced school lunch, and we put special focus on schools that are 70% or more. So we know in those schools, about 2 out of 3 students show up on that first day of school without school supplies, and teachers are on the front lines of that. So when we see figures like teachers now spending about $1,000 a year on average, it comes to no surprise to us. And so that's why we think it's really critical to be this support, because we don't want teachers to feel like they need to do that alone. So we do it in a variety of ways. We send teacher supply boxes that are boxes full of classroom supplies for the whole semester. We're sending backpacks directly to those students, and then that's why these teacher resource centers are such a critical hub. Not only can teachers find those kind of core school supplies here, but we also have a lot of different specialty items sometimes. Like you can see all these books behind us. We have art supplies at times. Even hygiene supplies and cleaning supplies are things that teachers need. So we're always restocking and trying to provide what we can for teachers to make their day a little easier and allow them to do what they do best, which is focus on teaching, not providing these materials.
Yeah, and we know that 2 out of the 3 kids in the schools that you serve show up without the school supplies. This storefront has doubled in size. We're in a new location, Little Canada instead of Roseville. Briefly, can you tell us about how that speaks to the need here?
Yeah, I mean, we're so excited to be in this expanded space. Our warehouse is double the size, and so is our teacher resource center. So that is our way of addressing the need that we just see growing and growing. I mean, even the cost of school supplies has gone up 24% since 2020. So with that getting more expensive, we know that out-of-pocket spending is going up. And that's why we're really excited about this expansion, because to us, it just means more teachers and students that we can reach with these supplies, and that's what really matters. And we're also excited because in our teacher resource center, now that we have the space, we can add different elements. So we'll actually have a printing station for teachers. We have laminators, paper cutters, kind of a lesson planning station. We also have a connection station, we call it, where teachers can come and kind of just take a load off. They can enjoy a nice cold beverage from our bevy or a cup of coffee, connect with other educators, and just kind of like reset and do what they need to do before they kind of come to this next step of their day, which is coming after a long day of teaching.
Yeah, so much beyond the school supplies. Thank you, Rochelle. And again, you can make an appointment here. Teachers, listen up. You can make an appointment to shop here online. Kids in Need Foundation, the Teacher Resource Center. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Hey, Barrett, real quick, because I know we are running out of time, but if are they taking donations there too? If anyone who wants to make a donation who has extra supplies, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's a good question. So if somebody wants to donate supplies, is that something that they can do here?
Yes, absolutely. I'm so glad you asked that because, August is a really important time for us. If you would like to donate, you can go to our website. It's www.kimf.org, and you can donate there. You can also bring it right to our headquarters here. We have volunteers that are truly the engine behind our work, and they help us sort through all of those supplies. We have supply lists on our website as well, so you can check it out online.
Amazing. Thank you. So you can donate. That's great news.
Great news. And I know we got some generous viewers. Thank you, Barrett.
And you think about it, in just a few short weeks, kids going to be jumping back on the school bus. They're going to be going back to class. They are not the only ones.
Yep. Teachers are prepping too right now. They got to get their classrooms ready for another year. Turns out there's a local organization making sure that everyone has access.
Yeah, our Barrett Leone is live in Little Canada this morning. This is at the Teacher Resource Center. Barrett, this is where teachers can shop for supplies. Show us around here.
Yeah, AJ, Susan Elizabeth, there is a lot going on here at the Teacher Resource Center. We've got all of the basics, notebooks, pencils, paper, that sort of thing, but also, the other essentials, pencil holders, other colored paper, clay. We've got, classroom decor, Thanksgiving. We've got some corn there, just tons of stuff, making sure that everyone is successful for the school year. And again, teachers can come and shop here for free. Here to tell us more about it, Rochelle Oxborough, thank you for joining us this morning. And talk about when a student shows up with materials that they need, the tools they need for the school year, what does that do for them?
Well, we say that our supplies don't just support learning, they actually transform it, because what we see is such a huge positive ripple effect. When students have what they need, they can walk into that first day of school feeling confident, feeling prepared. We see their self-esteem go up, the way that they can relate to their peers. And so the whole environment changes. I mean, we can all kind of relate, I think, to imagine showing up at your first day of work with a phone and a computer versus if you didn't have that.
Totally. Makes a difference.
It makes a difference in how you can step in and show what you know and express yourself. And so when we think about a backpack, we'd say it's more than just a backpack.
Yes. Yeah. And this center specifically is for teachers to shop around. What are some of the hot items here?
So we always have what we call core supplies, which is those essential supplies, you know, the notebooks, the folders, pens, pencils, glue sticks, scissors, things like that. But we also get all different kinds of kind of specialty items. Right now you can see I'm here with some really cool art supplies. We have paintbrushes, we have sponges.
All of the things.
Yeah, you mentioned the clay.
Yeah.
Those are really exciting items. Sometimes we have snacks, sometimes we have hygiene items. We know those are really important. And we've even had things such as cleaning supplies and air purifiers, which are really important for the classroom too. So we keep to those core items, but the specialty things switch out, and teachers can always browse different things.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit earlier, Rochelle, is sometimes these shelves clear out pretty quickly, which really I think speaks to the need. And we're going to dig into that a little bit here in about 30 minutes, because really there is such a need here. The students that they serve in the classrooms here, 2 out of 3 don't show up with the supplies. So really a big need. We're going to dig into that again in 30 minutes, guys.
Leon, live for us in Little Canada at the Teacher Resource Center. Barrett, we'll check in with you a little bit later. Thank you.
Also a big day for the Kids in Need Foundation. They're celebrating some major milestones. Leaders will be celebrating 30 years and a new national headquarters in Little Canada. That's happening this morning at 9:30.
6:35 now, and we know that new notebooks and pens, I mean, they are a sure sign. School year right around the corner, but more and more students and their families we know are struggling to stock up on things like supplies.
That's right. Our Barrett Leon is live at the Teacher Resource Center in Little Canada. In Barrett, we know that this benefits teachers and students, and we heard some pretty surprising statistics about how many kids actually need supplies.
Yeah, well, right now, the schools that Kids in Need Foundation serve, 2 out of 3 students don't show up with the school supplies they need. And teachers sometimes will spend $1,000 out of pocket to get the materials they need. Think folders, notebooks, pens, pencils, sticky notes. I mean, the list goes on, right? And the list for school supplies goes on and on. Well, here at the Teacher Resource Center, teachers can shop for free to supply their students, their kids, with all of the materials that they need to make the school year successful. But yeah, some of these statistics are a bit alarming. So Rochelle Oxborough with Kids in Need Foundation is here to tell us a little bit more about that need, because their kids are, it's a lot, facing a lot.
It is. I mean, you touched on some really significant stats right there. I mean, with teachers spending nationally lingering around $1,000, that's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Write-offs for that really only come in around $200 to $300. So that's significant out of pocket. And especially when you think of teachers who are maybe just starting out and they're on the first year teacher salary, those entry-level salaries. It can be a lot, and that's why we see other statistics like 45 to 50% of teachers in their first 5 years consider leaving the profession because they feel under-resourced or under-supported. And so that's why we're here.
Yeah, and here at the Teacher Resource Center, you're helping bridge that gap. So teachers can come in here, shop for free. And this year, Kids in Need Foundation celebrating 30 years. And with that, a huge expansion.
Yes, we are so excited. We're celebrating our 30th today, and it's actually our grand opening. So we are now at a new location here in Little Canada. Both our warehouse and our Teacher Resource Center have more than doubled from our last location. And so that is more than double the school supplies in the back going out and being shipped across the country, and it's also more than double the supplies here in the Teacher Resource Center for our local teachers here in Minnesota.
That's huge. And teachers make an appointment online. When can they come in here and shop?
So they can come actually Monday through Saturday. We're open. You can check out the hours online. Typically they're around 2 to 6. We want to leave it open for teachers after they teach. And with our new expansion, they can come and shop for their supplies, but we also have some new additions here in the space. We have a little bit of a lounge where they can kind of come and decompress after a long day of teaching, and we'll have a printing station and laminators and paper cutters and things that they can use then to actually plan their lessons. Some of those tech needs are really high in the schools too. Even copy paper can be a shortage. So
it all adds up.
It does. So you can come here and use all the resources we have. We'd love to support our teachers.
Thank you, Rochelle. And just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, we were here last year, and really this size has doubled. It's massive, really big, so much to choose from. Again, teachers can make appointments online to shop, and you can do that on Kids in Need Foundation website.
All right, Barrett Leon live for us in Little Canada. What a great resource that is right in our backyard for teachers to help our students make sure they're successful this school year. Barrett, we appreciate it. Thank you.